Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. This is Game 4 of the World Series. The Astros still hold the series lead at 2-1, but so no champion will be crowned tonight, but it is a very pivotal game. There's obviously a world of difference between 2-2 and 3-1. So the Astros will take the field. Looks like the same lineup as yesterday. Sergio Mitre on the mound. He was a Cub. Obviously not at the moment, he's not, but he was once upon a time. And there he is. Looks like he's had a very good playoffs so far. He got an ERA under 2, won both of his games. Struck out 8 over 2 games, though don't know how many innings that was. Here is Kester to lead things off. The home team has not won a game yet in this series. If Houston does so today, boy, it would really feel like lights out. Kester with an 0-2 count. And he will look at strike 3. Here is Marvin. Base is empty with 1 out. He will look at a strike. Line drive, that will go over to Hada's head and into left center. Marvin stops at first. A 1-out single brings Chief to the plate. He'd been scuffling a little bit in the series, but came alive just in time last game, and he comes up with a base hit here. Runners on the corners with only 1 out, and the Squirrels with a chance to strike early. Here is Terry, who also got a pivotal hit in the 6th inning yesterday. Looks at strike 1 to open this at bat, and then swings and misses. Mitre, I'm sure, would love a strikeout here, and he gets it. Means the Squirrels probably need a hit. Frank has been better as of late. Still wouldn't say it's been a good playoff, but he's been a lot better the last couple games. He's got a 1-1 count in this at bat. And he will get this through the right side of the infield, and the Squirrels are the team to strike early this time. 1-0. Marvin scores and brings Tom to the game. 2 on, 2 out. You might remember back in Game 1, the Astros scored in the 1st inning, and that ended up being a 1-0 Astros win. Of course, that was on a wild pitch, not a hit, but still. Tom has a 2-2 count. And make it a full count. Runners will be off. And Tom swings and misses. Ends the top of the 1st, but the Squirrels strike early. Hunter Pence is going to lead things off for Houston in the bottom half of the inning. You'll see the same defensive lineup as we had yesterday. Paulie on the mound. He has not won a playoff game. In each of the last 2 series, he was out there in what could have been the deciding game, and he was not able to win either one. Once was his loss against the Phillies, and against the Dodgers, it was actually a no decision. It was Nakai, I think, gave up the run that ended up losing that game. After he lost, I think, 1 game all of this year going into the playoffs, so I'm sure Paulie keen to finally get a playoff win today. Starts off by striking out Hunter Pence. Here is Ryan Church, who, by his average, he's had a good October, but not so great in this series. I don't know that he has a hit. He's got an 0-2 count in this at-bat. He will swing at a high fastball for strike 3. 2 quick outs. Here's Joe Mauer. He has been pretty good at the plate. I think only 1 extra base hit, but he's been on base a lot. He's got a 1-1 count. We'll look at strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Squirrels stay ahead 1-0 as we move into the 2nd inning, where Zach will lead things off. First pitch to Zach is a ball. Pops this one up. And Tejada does make the catch. Here's Sweeney. Has not been nearly as effective as of late. You see that average only at 111. Oh, he is in there more as a defensive buttress. Not that Chief plays a bad third, but Sweeney covers a little more range, has a little bit stronger arm over there. But you see why he's batting eighth. Here is Joey, 2 away, base is empty. Mitre starts him off with a slurve for a strike. Pops this one up, Berkman waiting for it on the infield grass. And that will end the top of the inning. 1-0 Squirrels to go to the bottom half of the inning, where Carlos Lee will lead things off. Lee was the big hero in Game 1. He's not been quite as good since. Looks at a strike in this at-bat. This one just a bit inside. There's a swing and a miss to make it 1-2. Up and away, Lee does not chase it. Swings at this one and comes up empty. One down, here's Ty Wigginton. He'll look at a strike. Ground ball, that'll get down the third base line rather, and that will be the first Astros hit of the day. Frank has a little trouble picking that up, but he does get it back in time to keep it at a single. Here's Lance Berkman, and he will look at strike one. He is batting from the left-hand side as he goes down 0-2. High fastball gets a swing and a miss for strike three. 2 away, runner on first for Miguel Tejada. He will look at strike one. Popped up in foul ground. Tom behind the umpire makes the grab. We'll go to the third inning. Squirrels still ahead 1-0, and they will start off back at the top of their lineup. Four strikeouts for Mitre, the first time through the Squirrels order, and Kester was one of those victims. He's got a 1-1 count in this at-bat. Line drive up the middle, that'll be a leadoff single. Runner with good speed over at first. Marvin already got a base hit and scored his first time up. Looks at strike one. Should mention he is also hitting left-handed. Kester takes off on a failed hit and run. He'll have to go back as Mitre catches the pop-up. So here's Chief. He got a base hit to move Marvin to third. This one will not get through, will instead be a double play. 6-4-3 to end the inning. It's the second time Tejada's made a pretty good play on a ball hit by Chief up the middle. Kaz Matsui going to lead things off for the Astros in the bottom of the third. It's still a 1-0 Squirrels lead. First pitch in there for a strike. Second one in there for a strike as well. Ground ball to first. Terry will step on the bag, and that will be the first out. Here is Carlos Gomez. That pitch just a bit outside. This one catches the corner, 1-1. Another called strike will make it 1-2. Gets him to swing and miss at a knuckleball for strike three. Back to the top of their order. Pauly with 6 strikeouts already, and Pence was one of them. But, you know, that is kind of what we expect out of Pauly. He does pile up the strikeouts. Almost hits Pence with that last pitch, and then gets a swing and a miss to make it 1-2. And he will strike out swinging again to end the third inning. We go to the fourth, 1-0 Squirrels, and Terry is going to lead things off for Indianapolis. Terry struck out in his first at bat. Bit of unfortunate timing, but thankfully it was only the second out. He's got a 2-0 count to start this at bat. Swings at what should have been ball 3. And then hits this one right over third base. Wigginton, though, with a good scoop and gets it there in time. Shocked that didn't get a replay. That was an excellent play at third. Tough luck for Terry. Frank got the big RBI hit, so for right now, he is the hero. He did also lift his playoff average up over 200. Got an 0-2 count at the moment, though, and he will go down swinging. 2 away, here's Tom. He struck out in his first at-bat. He's cooled off quite a bit since the start of the playoffs, though still got a very good average at 340. He's got an 0-2 count at the plate right at the moment, though. And he'll look at strike 3 to end the top of the fourth. Still 1-0 Squirrels. The Astros will start off with Ryan Church at the plate. I would just assume everybody struck out the first time up unless you hear otherwise. That is the case with Church, and he's got a 1-1 count in this at-bat. Fastball bounces in. Curveball gets a pop foul, but it'll make the screen. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down, here's Mauer. He will look at a ball. Two and 0 as he missed with that knuckleball. Swings 2-0 and comes up empty. Back up the middle. Paulie able to knock it down, and he'll get it to first in plenty of time. 2 away. Here's Carlos Lee. He obviously has the potential to tie this game real quick, which he showed us back in game 1. He's got a 1-1 count at the moment. That fastball not real close. 2-1. Throws another one, and Paulie again does not get the call. 3-1. There's a called strike to make it a full count with 2 outs and the bases empty. Throws a knuckleball and gets another swing and a miss. That will end the 4th inning. Squirrels still lead 1-0 as we move into the 5th, where Zach will lead off for Indianapolis. Zach struck out in his first at-bat, and he will look at strike 1 here. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. This should get down into left field, and it sure does. Zach will be in there with a leadoff single, and that will bring Sweeney to the plate. Struck out in his first at-bat as he looks at strike 1 on a slurve. Another slurve for strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down, here's Joey. Popped out in his first at-bat. And this one is just inside. This one catches the corner. 1-1. Swing and a miss to make it 1-2. And does not chase that one. 2-2. Hits this one just foul down the third base line. This one behind second base, but Tejada will make the catch. 2 away, back to the top of the order. Kester 1 for 2 on the day. Runner still on first. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Ground ball to first. Berkman steps on the bag, and that will end the top of the inning. Still 1-0 Squirrels as we go to the bottom half of the fifth, where Ty Wigginton will lead things off. First pitch swung on and missed. That pitch up and away, 1-1. This one down and away, 2-1. There's a called strike. Called strike 3. That's 1 out. Here's Lance Berkman. He started off with 2 hits to start off this series, and he's not done a lot since, actually, which is frankly shocking. I keep waiting for him to really bust one out of here. Fouls this one away, make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the 11th strikeout for Pauly on the day. Tejada fouled out in his first at-bat as he looks at strike 1. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Ground ball that Sweeney will handle. Takes a couple steps in before he fires it over, but gets it there in plenty of time. Still 1-0 Squirrels as we move into the 6th inning, where Marvin will lead things off for Indianapolis. Marvin 1 for 2 on the day, also scored the lone run so far. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Into center field, and this should and is down for a base hit. Here is Chief, also 1 for 2, hit into a double play in his last at-bat, though it wasn't a bad hit ball. Tejada just made a good scoop out there up the middle. He's got an 0-2 count in this at-bat. This was Slurville, miss inside, 1-2. Hit and run, and this one is successful. Marvin will go off to third base, and he should make it pretty comfortably. Runners on the corners with nobody out, and here is Terry with a chance to break this game open. First pitch is called a strike. It was a borderline call, let's say. Hits this one, but right to Wigginton. He goes to second, and that is the only out the Astros will get. So here's Frank with runners still on the corners, now with 1 out. He will look at strike 1. That pitch down and away. Frank does not chase. Oh, this ball will go home, and Marvin is cut down at the plate. Astros maybe had a chance for a double play. Would have been unlikely. That was the better play by Tejada, and he makes a good throw to make sure it stays a 1-run game. Astros, though, not out of the woods yet. Thomas struck out twice today, but he doesn't here. But the line drive stays up for Pence out and right. So Mitre plays with some fire, but gets out of it okay. Still a 1-0 Squirrels lead. Kaz Matsui going to lead off things for the Astros. He ground out in his first at-bat. And he'll look at strike 1 here. This one just a bit inside. 1-1. There's a swing and a miss to make it 1-2. Fouled away. Matsui stays alive. This one well outside. 2-2. Fouled back. Tom could not hang on to it. Actually thought he might get that tip, but no such luck. So Tom puts in another knuckleball. Finally gets a swing and a miss. 1 down. Here's Carlos Gomez. Struck out in his first at-bat. He looks at ball 1. There's a strike. This is hit foul. 1-2. There's a ground ball to first. Terry will take care of it himself. 2 down. Here's Hunter Pence. Pauly is up to 12 strikeouts on the day, and Pence is 2 of them as he swings and misses at another one. Looks at strike 2. High fastball, pin slays off. Comes up empty on that swing, and that will end the 6th inning. Squirrels still up 1-0, and they will start off with Zach at the plate in the 7th. Mitre will stay out there. Zach 1 for 2 on the day. He looks at strike 1. Pitch down and away. There's a called strike on the inner half. And a slurve down in the dirt. It's a 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down. Here's Sweeney. He is struck out in both at bats, so he's a quarter of Mitre's strikeouts today. So he looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Looks at strike 3. 2 down. Here is Joey. He's popped out in both at bats. And pops this one foul, but it does make the screen. Maybe that was line, but either way. That pitch sails high. It's 1-1. Called strike. Makes it 0-2, or 1-2 rather. Called strike 3, and that will get us to the 7th inning stretch. Squirrels still clinging to that 1-0 lead. It's going to be Ryan Church on the other side.
Now please rise and join the singer.
Alright, I think I'm going to do like we did yesterday. I kind of liked all the defensive changes. Sorry for all the computer beeping in the background. The volume was really fighting me. Still didn't get it exactly where I wanted, but I was done messing with it. So here come, we'll just do the same defensive changes we did yesterday. That'll make sure everybody gets in. And here comes Nakai to try to keep this game right where it's at before Pauly can get tired or overexposed. Pauly faced one batter over the minimum, so I guess not quite as good as Graves yesterday. They both gave up the one hit, but Graves forced a double play afterwards. Church looks at strike 1, looks at strike 2, and grounds this one to second. One away. Here comes Joe Mauer. Did ground out in his last at-bat. First pitch, down and away. There's a strike. Bounces in a curve. Mauer lays off. Has not swung yet. Still hasn't swung yet, and he's got a 3-1 count. Swings at this one, but it's going to be fouled away. It's a full count. 1 out, nobody on base. Fastball hit right to Joey, who will get it to first for the second out of the inning. Here is Carlos Lee, struck out in both at-bats so far today, though his first chance to see a lefty. Has a 1-1 count. Up the middle, and Nakai knocks it down. Good play by Nakai, and that will end the inning. We go to the 8th, still a 1-0 Squirrels lead, and Phil is going to lead it off. Phil, I think it was last game he got, maybe that was 2 games ago. I think he actually drew a walk last game, if I remember right. Got his first hit in the game before that, yeah. Just double check the score sheet. Gets a hit here right down the third base line. Wigginton can't cut it off. A leadoff single for Phil. That'll bring Miyake into the game, or at the plate. He was already in the game. First at bat, though, as he looks at a ball. Hits this one into right field. That's going to rattle down by the corner. Phil's on his way to third. Miyake will cruise in with a double. And that will put 2 runners into scoring position for Chief. With nobody out, I might add. Chief looks at strike 1. Into center field, and no, nobody's going to catch that. That's going to drive in 2 runs. 3-0 after a 2 RBI double. And that is going to be it for Mitre. He is unable to retire anybody in the 8th. Romero's going to take over. We just saw him, I think that was just yesterday too. Yeah, first time we saw him was last game. And he actually did a pretty good job. Pitched 2 1/3 innings and only gave up 1 hit or maybe even no hits. Terry just fouled down the first base line. That makes it 0-2. A runner still in scoring position. This will work out. That's going to fall into right, and here comes Chief to get this out of a save situation. 4-0 Squirrels, and here is Quinton to make his first at-bat of the game. It will be a left-handed at-bat as he looks at strike 1. Fouls this one right back. Ground ball. Berkman will go to second with it, and that is the only out the Astros get. Here is Martinez. 1 on, 1 out. 4-0 Squirrels. Curveball out of the zone. Ground ball that Mauer's going to field, and he will go to first with it. So that will put a runner in scoring position for Zach, but they're now 2 outs. First pitch goes high. Swing and a miss to make it 1-1. There's a called strike to make it 1-2. This is a ground ball back to Romero. He gets it to first, and that ends the inning, but the Squirrels put on 3 more runs to make it 4-0. Wigginton's going to lead things off for Houston, and Nakai suddenly gets a second inning. Wigginton 1 for 2. He has the lone Astros hit today as he looks at strike 1. Into right field, and that will fall down for his second hit of the game. Not getting any help around him at all, though. Berkman's going to flip around right-handed. He is struck out in both at-bats, so maybe the change of scenery will help him out. Runner takes off. Martinez with a bad throw. Phil also can't pick it up, but Wigginton hurts himself sliding into second. And he is going to come out of the game. It is late, so not a huge loss at this point. Ikari, we've seen a lot of him off of the bench, is going to take over at second base. Although I imagine he will just be a pinch runner. Berkman with a 1-2 count back at the plate after that stolen base debacle. Now it's 2-2. Lines this one hard but foul down the left field side. Still 2-2. Changeup bounces in. We got a full count with nobody out. Swing and a miss on another changeup. 1 away. Here's Miguel Tejada. Still a runner in scoring position for the Astros to try to get this back to a safe situation. Tejada, though, quickly down 0-2. And he will pop it up. Martinez looking to make the play, and he does. Kaz Matsui at the plate, but Nakai 1 out away from getting out of the mini jam. Throws in a fastball for a strike. Changeup misses inside. Fastball well outside. Second time he's missed like that. There's a swing and a miss on the change. 2-2. Another changeup, and this will be fouled away. Still 2-2. 2 outs, runner on second. Another changeup gets a line drive over Terry's head, and that will get the Astros on the board. We do throw home, but not nearly in time. 4-1. Carlos Gomez is 0 for 2 on the day as he looks at strike one. This is hit foul. Thought Sweeney might go after it, but he just watched it go. 0 and 2. Change up, no good. Curveball gets a pop-up. It's a little deep, but I think Terry will get there, and he does. I think it would have landed foul anyway, but still good to get out of the inning. It's now 4 to 1. Squirrels still lead as we go into the ninth, where Sweeney will lead things off. He has struck out in all 3 at-bats. Akari's going to stay in and go to left. Young is going to come in and play third. I don't believe we have seen him in this series as of yet. Sweeney flies this into right. Pence, no problem there. Only had to move a couple steps, maybe. Joey 0 for 3. A couple pop-ups and a strikeout. Looks at strike one. That pitch down and away. Joey didn't get enough of it. Tejada makes the play. That'll bring Phil to the plate. Got a base hit in his first at-bat and would come around to score. Looks at strike one. This one is up and in. Up the middle, and that will get through for another base hit. Phil coming on strong here right at the end of the year. Brings Miyake to the plate. He doubled in his last at-bat. Looks at strike one. Gets this one through the right side of the infield for another base hit. 2 on, 2 outs, and here comes Chief. He's got a few hits already today. And he will look at strike one to open this at-bat. Behind on that slider, 0 and 2. Does not chase the high fastball. Hits this one, but right to Berkman, and that will end the top of the ninth. Astros at the top of their order. They need 3 runs to stay alive, which means it is a save situation, so we won't see Zap today. Here comes Shibuya. All right, Hunter Pence has struck out in all 3 at-bats so far today. Looks at strike one here. Looks at strike two. Fouls that one away. Grounds this one to second, and that is the first out of the inning. Ryan Church, 0 for 3. Couple strikeouts and a ground out. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Fouls that one back. A bit of a foul tip there. Ground ball to third. Sweeney over to first. 2 away. Here is Joe Mauer, who is 0 for 3. Looks at strike one. Swings and misses. He was way behind on that. Fouled away. Houston still hanging on to a prayer. And it goes unanswered. Mauer looks at strike 3. It's a brand new series. Tied 2-2 as the Squirrels take game 4. Final score today, Indianapolis Squirrels 4, Houston Astros 1. So that also means that the Squirrels have wrested back control of home field advantage. Although I don't know if that's something anybody wants in this series. We're 4 games in and the home team has yet to win a game. Frank is going to be your player of the game, knocking in that first run right back at the start. Thank you everybody for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. We will be back here tomorrow with Game 5. We will see you then.